Uniper is Europe's largest gas importer and is on a journey to decarbonize its asset fleet, the majority of which is flexible. And to talk about how this decarbonization journey is going, welcome, Holger. It's a pleasure to have you. Let's talk about long-term and short-term. How is Uniper managing on this decarbonization journey?
We are a large generator and a large asset operator today, and we have ambitious plans to decarbonize our assets. Today, our main purpose is security of supply for our customers, and we want to provide to our customers green security of supply, so decarbonize our portfolio from today 20% green to 2030, 80% green. So that's only 7 years remaining and quite ambitious plans.
Speaking of ambitious plans, your plan is to be carbon neutral by 2040. Are you on track? And are there any specific projects you want to highlight that are getting you to this point?
We want to be carbon net zero in 2035 for the European asset portfolio, and then for the entire company, 2040 we want to be net zero. We are on track with this ambition. We have already in the last months and years started many projects in the hydrogen area, more than 20 projects across Europe at the moment. We've provided a financial decision, given a financial decision to one big project in Eastern Germany, 30 megawatt electrolyzer project. And only this week, we've been signing the first offtake agreement long term to get to Total Energies our electricity, our green hydrogen sold. And there's many projects also in the generation area on flexible generation, on batteries, and many projects that we have currently in the pipeline that give me some comfort that we will be able to meet our 2030 target.
That indeed sounds hopeful. Holger, you are trying to combine your flexible strategy with decarbonization. It's quite a mission, am I correct?
I think it is a mission, but I think it's a mission that is possible because we have a very strong portfolio today, and we are providing the security of supply to our customers. We already have 20% of the portfolio green today as we speak. And there is lots of good opportunities that we have in the pipeline on building wind farms, on building photovoltaics, on building hydrogen assets, on building batteries, on building and transforming our gas fleet to a green gas fleet and building new assets for flexible power generation.
So you're talking about these opportunities to build future assets and build on your current asset portfolio. Are there specific challenges that you are facing in this regard?
Well, there's a number of challenges. I mean, there's these big opportunities that we have to transform and really build a new society here in Europe. Obviously, you know, there comes challenges with it. One of the challenges is that the regulatory framework needs to be developed. We've been working on pretty stable regulatory frameworks over the last decades. They enabled renewables growth, but now we not only need to enable the renewables growth, but we need to make sure that there's sufficient flexible generation in the power markets as well, that the hydrogen economy is building up for our customers to replace carbon fuels, carbon products with green products like hydrogen or hydrogen derivatives. All of this needs regulation, and all of this needs aligned regulation in the European countries. So lots of challenge on that side. The other challenge is obviously to build up the resource, to have the right capabilities, to have your people, working on this. Because at the end, it's not only an asset business, but the big asset is the people who are working in that business.
So I hear you talk actually about the regulatory landscape as being a big factor. Would you have any recommendations, perhaps, to improve on current regulations?
Yeah, I mean, the regulatory frameworks, they are being built. One of the things that is, from my perspective, very important is that there is some kind of master plan, that things are interconnected. I give you an example on the building up of the hydrogen economy. Obviously, there has been a strong focus in the first IPCEI projects and so on building islands where producers of hydrogen, of green hydrogen, and consumers of the green hydrogen, well, they are at one location, steel manufacturers, chemical plants, and so on. Now, they need to be connected. There needs to be infrastructure, gas pipelines, but also there need to be infrastructure for import. You need to bring in the green molecules into Europe. And then there needs to be infrastructure also on storages, because the hydrogen needs to be stored so you can flexibly maneuver it in the days where there's lots of renewables, you make more hydrogen. In the days where there's less, you can then use the hydrogen. So all of those pieces, they need to work really in one system together.
A master plan. It makes sense indeed. Holger, speaking of hydrogen, it's been quite a disruptive force in the industry. How is hydrogen factoring into Uniper's growth plans?
For us, it's an important pillar. We've been always a very big and proud gas company. We've been providing to, for example, in Germany, half the municipalities, they get their gas from Uniper. Many hundred industrial customers, they get their gas from Uniper. So we've been important for their security of supply, being able to have affordable gas for heat production, but also for their industrial processes. And for power production ultimately as well. And now we need to move this affordable security of supply and make it green. And this is something that we're trying as Uniper together with our customers, and where we're on the transformatory journey.
If I can pivot slightly from this transformatory journey or transformative journey that you speak of, I would assume you need a skilled workforce to make this happen. And how are you transitioning your workforce from, the fossil fuel heavy past to a greener future?
Well, I guess this is one of the really big challenges, but also big opportunities, because we can, by bringing in a lot of new people into the company and skilling up some of the people that have strong skills already today, but maybe not in a technologically specific area like running electrolyzers or photovoltaics or onshore wind, civil. This kind of expertise we are now building up by partly bringing in new people, partly upskilling the people that we have, and that's a fantastic opportunity also, to further improve the culture of the organization and change the culture of the organization and create something really, really new out of this once again.
Holger, when I listen to you talk, you have such passion and such excitement for the work that you do. What keeps you so passionate about this? And perhaps this is a message to others who are listening, maybe younger people who are looking at a career in energy.
Yeah, I mean, I've been always since 32 years ago, I started my studies in energy engineering, actually. And ever since, I'm really very passionate about the energy world and about the importance and the relevance of the energy world. Particularly the last years have shown how relevant it is and how important it is for economies, for societies to get it right. And we currently have the opportunity to shape it for the future. A lot of visionary kind of thinking has been done in the 60s and the 70s. New assets have been built up. The whole gas infrastructure has been built. The nuclear industry has evolved. All of that has contributed to European wealth and growth of the societies. And now we have the opportunity to create something, that is environmentally friendly as well as doing the other things. It's a big challenge, but it's a huge opportunity. And yeah, as you can see, I like it, and I think it's a fantastic thing for young people also to spend their time with.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your passions and your insights. And for more insights, be sure to join the Enlit community.